Hello everyone, welcome back. My name's Paula and you can find me on Instagram and Etsy as Stitched by Mrs. D. I've got a cat sitting next to me here. I don't know if you can just make him out. Just there, he's started to purr because I just looked at him. Do you want to come sit on my lap? That's it. This is Doug, you've seen him before. He said, oh, ow! Just had to stretch and put his fingernails into my legs. Here he is. Oh, he's lovely. Right, what was I going to say? You might hear a bit of barking today because I'm doing this at a different time. The sun is out and the dogs can see out of the window. I usually do this in the evenings. And this is quite a busy time of the morning for this street as well, so be prepared for disruptions. What have we been up to, Doug? It's been half term. We didn't do very much. My children are at the age now where they lay in, which is brilliant. They've all inherited my lazy gene. I need to cut my fringe again, don't I? I've done it for a long time. And I need to dye my hair. This is quite light for me. I'm actually naturally a blonde, but I dye it. Yeah, so it's been half term. Here comes Dennis. Hello, Dennis. And, well, that's it, really. Haven't been doing much. I still haven't eaten any sugar. And I still haven't eaten any meat. But anyway, let's get on with the knitting. So shall I show you what I've got on today? I think you can see what it is. It's my floozy. Oh, Dennis. I made this last year and it's made from Debbie Bliss Botany lace. That's what this colour is, but it's not lace. I think it knits up as a 4-ply. It's certainly not lace. And then the colour work here, you're supposed to use 2 colours, but I actually use 3. And this is all done in Cascade Heritage. And I've got a shawl made out of this pink and sort of fuchsia colour. And the white, I think I used that in some socks. A few buttons have fallen off, so I don't wear it done up. So I can't be bothered. Little jobs like that I put off. Yesterday I cleaned out all of my kitchen cupboards. And that was quite a big job. But I don't know why, I just can't bring myself to stitch a button on. Lazy, aren't I, Doug? Oh. Right. So I think I will start in the order of the things I've finished, if that makes sense. So we'll start with these French meringue socks. Now, I think I'd finished one last time and I was about to finish the second, but they're now done. Aren't they lovely? These are made from yarn from Ducky Darlings, and it was one of their Mystery Yarn Club yarns. And it's called, hello Lillian, and it's called Glass Slipper. If you can see it, it's a very nice pastel green colour with flecks of yellow and blue. I'm really, really pleased with these. Don't know what else I can say. I made them on a 2.5mm needle, just like I do all of my socks. And they're done. So they'll go into my sock drawer. I might actually put them on the heater and put them on tonight once I've had a bath. So that's that. And then, do you remember in my first episode I showed you my Advent socks, and one of them had a bright pink heel? Well, I said, oh, I must find out what this pink is. Well, my Advent swap partner actually sent me some more. So what I made with them, and she sent me this lovely white as well. It was white with sort of flecks of all different colours really. I made these little wrist warmers. I call them a bag puss wrist warmers. I was going to make socks, and then I got worried that I wouldn't have enough, but I think I would have had. But anyway, I wear these all the time, and I made them with the same amount of stitches that I make for socks because I wanted them to be big enough to go over clothes. Oh, my neighbour's out there. I hope he can't see me. He's going to think I'm silly. Oh, he's going. Oh, no, he's not. He's lingering. He started the car, but he's lingering. He's having a cigarette before he gets in. Please just get in the car. I'm just going to carry on and pretend it's not happening. Yeah, I wanted them big enough to go over clothes and also big enough so that they could go under as well, if you know what I mean. But I also wanted them big enough so that I could wear them both ways, because I quite like them like that for like washing up. I've worn them all the time. But yeah, very nice. I think that, what did she say? It's Kathy. She said that, I think she said it's from Fine Fish Yarns. That's right. I love this bright pink. I've still got a little tiny bit left, and I think I'm going to put it into a shawl. So that's that. Now the next thing, oh, he's so sweet. I was about to cast these on, and me and my husband decided that we were going to watch the Downton Abbey film at last, which was wonderful. He's still out there. It's embarrassing. Lillian, no, don't go out. You don't need to bark. You know who it is. You don't need to guard me. Come on, move away. Would you like to come up as well? She quite often sits with... Oh, he's gone. Yes. Right. What was I saying? I was about to cast these on when we were going to watch the Downton Abbey film, but then I realised I wanted my eyes on the screen the whole time, and as I was going to do a twisted rib, that's a look up and down job, isn't it? It's not certainly not an eyes on screen job. So I said, oh no, I haven't got anything plain that I can just knit on and just keep my eyes on the TV the whole time. And then I thought, yes, I have. Do you remember my elephant and the mouse pattern that I showed you in the first time I ever made a video? Oh, the dog's going to start playing now. Can you hear them? Don't worry, dog. They're just playing. Well, I remembered I had several rows of just plain knitting to do for his body. So I thought, well, I'll get that out. So I finished him. Isn't he sweet? We've called him Jumbo, and he's been very helpful. My little girl has been struggling to get back into the routine of school and going to sleep at a normal time. So he has been very good and going and sitting on her bed, and apparently he helps her get to sleep. So thank you very much, Jumbo. You're very helpful. Now, he is made in completely the wrong weight yarn. I misread the pattern. He's supposed to be made in 4-ply. But I bought worsted weight because his cardigan is worsted weight, and I thought he was supposed to be all, but he's not. So he's a lot bigger than he should be. But elephants are supposed to be big, aren't they? Oh, where are you going now? Oh no, don't sit on there, dog. Come on, come back. I won't move again. Come on. Oh, he's gone. Yeah. Make him a space. That's better. So yes, he's turned out a lot bigger than he's supposed to be, and also I had to order some more yarn, and I was worried that it wouldn't match, but it does match perfectly. I don't know whether it was the same lot number. And I thought, well, how can I justify buying a big old ball of wool just to make an ear? I think I had to make one ear, some arms, his legs, and that was it. So what I'm going to do is, you know, my blue beret, my raspberry jam beret, I'm going to make another one of those with the leftovers. So it's all worked out perfectly, hasn't it, Jumbo? Isn't he sweet? Look at his little tiny mouth. Oh! And his coat is made from the leftover yarn that I made my raspberry jam beret in, and he's got some very lovely coral buttons. And then for his hood, this is actually supposed to be attached to his coat, but I was worried that I wouldn't have enough left to finish it, so I found this teal yarn and I held it with some mohair and made him a very, very lovely fluffy bonnet, which joins just under his chin with a bow. He's supposed to have a pom-pom on his hat, but I haven't made it yet, and I don't think I will actually, because I think that's quite a nice shape like that. And he's also supposed to have a little pocket here with a mouse in it, but I cannot be bothered to make that. Maybe one day I will, but I like him just the way he is. Would you like to sit on my knee? I think he would. Oh, he's lovely. Right, so the next thing I've got to show you is something which has arrived. Do you remember last time I said that I'd contacted Claire from Bird Street and Mr. B's Yarn and asked her to send me a mystery skein, whatever, in the post, because I like a surprise and I couldn't pick. So she said yes, and here it is. Oh, isn't it lovely? It's called Rosie Lee, and it's 75/25 superwash merino nylon, and can you see it's sort of like a taupey colour with flecks of red and brown and almost like a yellowy colour. There's a little bit of blue as well and some pink. And I am going to use this because today the new Handmade Sock Society by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade starts, and I'm going to use this to cast on those later. I cannot wait to turn this into a ball. I've been saving it so I could keep it like this to show you, but now, isn't it lovely? I can do what I want, can't I? So Doug will make some socks tonight. Yeah, I love that noise that cats make. It's so beautiful, aren't you? So yeah, that will be what I'm going to do this afternoon. It's Pancake Day today, isn't it? I've got to go and get some ingredients from town after this. My little boy Johnny, he likes bacon with his. Just bacon. I can't think of anything worse. And Meg, she likes Nutella, and she also likes lemon and sugar. And Lizzie, she does not like the pancakes that I make, but she likes the Scotch pancakes that you buy. So that's what she's having. And I'm not going to have any because I'm still not eating sugar. I think I'm going to... Well, we're supposed to stop doing that on... Me and my friend, we're going to do it until this Friday and then start eating sugar again on Saturday. But... Oh, the sun's coming out. I feel so much better since I haven't been having any. I might keep it up for a bit longer because I know that as soon as I start and have a little bit, that'll be it. I'll be back on it again. I don't know if you're in the way. Or one thing I will say about making jumbo, because he is knit from here upwards, and then you sort of knit the things whilst they're attached. Because I made it in the wrong weight wool, it was quite awkward to knit because he was so big. So I had to hold my needles a lot higher, so I got sore arms. But that's all my fault because he was so big. I might make another one of these in the proper weight. Would you like a baby or a brother? What do you think? I think I will. What else we got? So the next thing, I was going to be going to the cinema, and I'd already cast on the next thing that I'm going to show you, but it was not suitable cinema knitting because you have to be prepared to get in a muddle. So what I did was balled up this yarn and took it with me. I was going to turn this into socks for my husband, but I still can't forgive him after the tumble dryer incident of December 2019. So I decided to make myself some new socks, some more socks. So this was another thing that was in my Advent swap from Kathy, who gave me this pink wool. She's given me lots of other things as well, some lovely ribbon and a beautiful mug with a P on it, and also some grey as well, which will go with that. But yeah, this was in my Advent swap because we swapped 24 minis and then one big, I'm going to say a big ball of yarn. And I think that this was called it was by Bear in Sheep's Clothing, and the colourway is Pennywise. You see, it's sort of a cream with orange, yellow, blue and red, a little bit of green as well. So I cast these on in the cinema and I did the rib whilst I was sat in there. We went to see Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't like it. I thought it was rubbish. But I don't think it was really aimed at me, and it kept the children occupied for a little while. So I managed to knit the rib in the cinema, and I thought I'd got in the biggest muddle ever. And I was just going to undo it and sort it out, but I hadn't. So then I just carried on, and I ended up knitting these, I think, in two days. So I just couldn't stop. It was lovely to knit with. I can't wait to put these on. Now, what pattern is this? Oh yeah, these are another pair of prairie socks by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. You can't really see it. The thing I like about this pattern is it looks completely different when you put your foot into it. It sort of turns into almost like a mini cable pattern. You see? I love making prairie socks. I think I've made 5 pairs now, and I don't think this will be the last. This is really nice wool. It's lovely and soft. So I'm really looking forward to wearing these. You know I don't block my socks, don't you? I might buy a sock blocker though, purely for demonstration purposes. So they're lovely. And then the next thing is a work in it's a finished thing first. So I was going to cast this project on, but then I thought, well, I haven't got a bag to keep it in because I've made lots of project bags over the years, but they've all got things in them. They're all hanging up over there. One of them has got my spare sock yarn. One of them's got my double pointed needles. One of them's got my needles on wires. They've all got things in. So I didn't have anywhere to put this apart from the wool warehouse mesh bag. Oh, I'm absolutely freezing. I think I'm going to have to put my coat on. You know I don't have the heating on when the children aren't around. That's better. Yeah, so I needed a bag. And I had bought a tea towel from TK Maxx, and it has been hanging on the kitchen cabinet for quite a while. But I just cannot bring myself to use it because look, it was a beautiful little lamb. And I don't want to wipe wet things onto his face, so I decided to turn it into a project bag. It's lovely fabric, and I don't know if any of you sew, but do you know what I mean by a good sewing machine day? Like, there are some days where I could chuck it out the window because everything seems to go wrong. The bobbin runs out, the tension's wrong, I don't know, the yarn snaps, but this day everything worked like a dream and it turned out really nice. So I've got this green fabric here, so I wanted it to look all nice and springy. And then I've got the beautiful lamb, and he's got a bunny on his back and a chick. And then oh no, Dennis, don't bark. I've put some ribbon through it to make it into a drawstring, and then I've got this yellow floral fabric in the middle. It turned out really well, and I'm going to go uptown in a little while and I'm going to see if they've got any more tea towels, because TK Maxx have got loads and loads of bunny stuff at the moment, and I love bunnies. I've got quite a few in here, although I can't see any at the minute. Oh, there's some over there. Yeah. I prefer drawstring bags. I have got some zipped ones as well, but I always prefer drawstring. Yeah, so that was another finished thing that I made. Have a tea towel. Go and have a look in TK Maxx. They've always got really good tea towels. Now let's see, I've got to try and get this out before, without trying to get it off the needles. So yeah, this was the thing that I had started, but I couldn't take to the cinema with me. It's my floozy cardigan, my second floozy cardigan, and I'm making this out of Drops alpaca. This is the main colour that I'm going to use, this beautiful pink, and then I'm doing some colour work in the blue and the red, which you'll see. Oh, I'm so addicted to this. I'm going to get past the colour work and then I'm going to cast on these socks, because once this colour work is done, this will be a good thing to just pick up when I'm sat in front of the telly and I don't need to concentrate. So I think that the colours are looking quite nice. I said to my husband, these blue dots remind me of the sweets called Millions. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm just starting to do the red now. This wool is so soft. I've used it to make so many things in the past. You see, oh hello Kim. I'd love to show you Kim. Hang on. She does not like to be picked up. Here she is. If I can show so you can see her beautiful face. Look, Kimmy. Oh, you've got filthy nails. What have you been doing? Been digging? You see she's got a little bendy ear here. Oh, I dread to think what you've been doing those fingernails, Kim. I wish I hadn't have picked you up. She's so sweet. I think she's about, well, she's at least 10. But some days she wakes up and she will skip like a spring lamb. Honestly, you've never seen anything like it. I've got a video of it. But I've only ever managed to catch it on camera once. I don't think I can say a lot more about this, can I? I just like touching it. It's so soft and fluffy. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to be doing as well this afternoon. I had such a good clean yesterday that I've now got quite a bit of time to myself today to knit, which is my favourite thing to do. My little girl said to me, she said, "What if you won the lottery, what would you do now?" And I said, "Go home and knit." So the next things I've got to show you, as I was having a good sewing machine day, I carried on and I've made a couple of bags to put in my shop. Now, you know I like a bunny, so I've made 2 bags with bunnies on. I tried to draw a bunny and I've found it hard to draw one that wasn't too cartoony, but I also cannot draw, I'm not very good at realism, let's put it that way. But I came up with this little chap here. I don't know what his name is. So this is a drawstring bag and it's made with some patchwork, and this is, I think it's cabbages and roses. That's the back, and then that's the front. I don't know how much you could fit in here. I'd say probably 2 in a project. There you go. So that's that one. It's got this blue check at the bottom. And he is all stitched with freehand, what is it called? Freestyle machine embroidery, where you put the feed dogs down and you draw with the machine. So just cut him out. Oh no, the dogs are going to bark. Dennis! They think they're guarding me, but all they do is just make a load of noise. Yeah, so he is the first one. I'll put that in my shop a little bit later. And then this is the second one. This one's got a red bow. He's very smart, or she's very smart, I don't know. And then it's got this sort of teal, not teal, how do you describe this colour? Green, pale green at the bottom, and at the top this lovely linen. There's that lovely floppy linen. Do you know what I mean? And then at the back I've just put a little heart on. And this one is lined with cream, and this one is slightly bigger. So you could definitely fit in 3. Let's just make sure. This is my supply bag. This is another one that I made. This was a cushion that I made and I cut it in half and turned it into a project bag. So definitely 1, 2, 3. Well, you can actually fit 4 in here. Easily 4 and a project. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone will like them. I like them. I like him anyway. I might make some more. What did I do with my little... So I started off with these little bunny faces just to practice. And I based the design on that face there because I quite liked that. I might make myself a bag and put them on it as well. Or I'll keep this one. Let's just check and see. So this one is a tiny bit smaller. Yeah, so I'd say 2. 2 in a project in this one. And 4 in this one. It's a bit bigger. Yeah. So that's it. They'll be going in my shop a little bit later. My little girl likes that one. If it doesn't sell, I'll give it to her. So I think that's all I've got to tell you about. Really? It's a bit silly, isn't it, sitting here in my coat, but yeah, I don't waste the gas, do I, Jumbo? Tell you what, he is a beautiful little boy to cuddle, aren't you? Hey? Yeah. Right, I am gonna hoover, go to town. I might go to town first because I think it's gonna hail. And then I'm gonna check my Ravelry to see whether my knitting pattern for the Handmade Sock Society has arrived yet. Hope it has. And have a look at the picture because it's always a surprise. I hope that the yarn will match the pattern. I'm sure it will. I think you could knit anything with that, couldn't you? And then when I get back from town, I am going to do nothing for the rest of the day until I have to make pancakes. Next time I might try and show you my my little rabbit, Mr. Bobkin, but I can't wear knitted clothes when I pick him up because he's got, actually his nails are quite short at the moment because he has plucked my clothes before with his long nails. I think that's it now. At least I had a few more things to show you today. Shall we go, Jumbo? You can go and sit back in the front room. Oh, I am still making my temperature blanket. I had to do quite a big catching up session on Sunday, and I've got lots of squares which I need to attach together, but that will get done one day. I've got it all written down in order so I know which order to put them in. Hello, Lillian. Lillian, come here. Would you like to see Lillian? Come on. Here she comes. She's very good at jumping. Would you like some help? This is Dennis's sister. You saw him last time. And this is Lillian. She is the best guard dog in the world. She can tell the difference between a child getting out of bed or a cat. She can tell that that's, you know, a noise that's okay and familiar. But if anything's wrong, she will tell us. See? That was Dennis guarding that time. There'll be someone walking past the house. On that very noisy note, I'm going to go just in case there's some post. Right. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for the people who have subscribed as well. It's very nice of you. It's probably the worst, and oh, Kim's back. The worst and least professional podcast on the whole of the YouTube, but never mind. I like doing it. Right, I'm going to go and do all the stuff I've got to do, which isn't that much really. Right, bye bye. See you soon.